Starburns Audio.
Thank you for listening to the Starburns Audio Podcast Network. We have so many great comedy shows to add to your playlist. Just last week on Starburns Audio, on the Season 2 premiere of Humans Who Make Games, Adam Conover talks to comedian Ron Funches and Jean Goudon, creative director of the Assassin's Creed series. On Boogie Monster, Kyle Kinane and Dave Stone share a perfect recipe for the quarantined cook. This week on Profiles and Eccentricity, they cover the history of the Coruscant Unity cult, folks for whom a flat earth is ridiculous because they believe it's really a concave shell. Search Starburns Audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or any podcast platform for our full list of shows, featuring hosts like Joe Coy, Amanda Seals, Jessica Chobot, and Jackie Johnson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Starburns Audio. Enjoy the show. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep laughing.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-hosts Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits the funny hits and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population U. Population Al. Weird Al Yankovic. Weird Al Yankovic, or just Al Yankovic.
However you like to do that.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking.
Welcome to town.
So sweet.
It's so good to have you. You are so sweet. And I was thinking about this right as I was coming in here, just about how much we love you and love what you've done and how much staying power the music and stuff that you've created throughout the years has to this day. And as evidence of our children listening and going back into your catalog and listening to stuff and just cackling like old ladies.
Ryer the Kaiser, fat and weak. That's just the opening line to Ryer the Kaiser kills my kids. Like they laugh so hard at it and I'm like, you're right. That's a moment where I love them more because I'm like, oh, you're laughing at the right thing.
You're parenting right.
I'm parenting right.
Yeah.
You're parenting right, but they're getting it. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like a Weird Al song that like it just you can't poke a hole in it. The longer you listen to it, the more you laugh at it. It's just, I don't know. That to me is wonderful, which is why we have for many years, and I want you to get on board with this too.
Okay.
We have, and we want to start a
We've
campaign.
tried every year to launch a campaign to get you
to be the
perform at
Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, that's been kind of floating around a little bit. I don't think you're the only one who's doing it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Why?
It should. I don't think I'm going to be in the NFL shortlist. I don't know. I think it goes down about 3,000 spots. Then there's Milli Vanilli, then me.
No,
I think only Millie is alive at this point. So
but we're gonna jack you up the list. We're gonna see what we can do to try and make that
everybody
happen.
Listening here, just start a hashtag.
Please jack me up.
Weird Al Super Bowl halftime show. Let's start that hashtag. Well, we are in Dumb People Town, and I know that throughout the years, and I think this is why you are uniquely engineered for this show, you have loved to, in the way that we love to, it's like we're trying to understand dumb behavior.
Yes.
Stupid behavior.
Very important.
And it feels like dumb's getting louder or prouder right now.
I would say so.
Right?
I concur.
Is there more dumb? What do you think? Is there more dumb out in the world, or we're just hearing more about it?
We are devolving. No, we are definitely getting dumber. without question.
How do we fight back? We fight back with comedy. We fight back with the only way we know how. And so our great fans send us these wonderful stories. To Dan, we've never heard them. You've never heard them. And we would like to go through one if that's possible with you right now.
I think that would be appropriate
Let's
at this point.
Okay.
All right, Dan.
You ready for this?
Yes.
My friends, we've got a Greenlee.
Okay. Now, you don't know what this is, but we'll explain it, Jason.
Okay.
Will Greenlee is the guy's name. He is I'm going to put the biggest air quotes I can around journalist.
Well, he cracked open the Robert Kraft sex trafficking story with USA
did that?
Today.
That was him? Okay.
That was him?
He was part of the investigative
I
reporters.
guess he is a journalist.
But that's when he wants to wield his sword.
Right.
But most of the time, he writes offbeat, weird news stories for something called the TC Palm, which...
I think it was the TPC Palm or the TC Palm.
TPC Palm sounds like a golf course.
It does. The TC Palm.
Right.
And so the interesting thing about Greenlee
Terry Crews Palm.
is that he will, in his stories, explain things that don't need explaining.
He's Greenlee explaining.
He's Greenlee explaining to us.
Yes.
And so a fun game that we like to play, or that Dan likes to play, is he will read the article, and we have to guess, the three of us, is it Greenlee doing a stupid explanation, or is it Dan tricking us?
Oh, can I play too?
Yes.
It's going to be great.
You're in.
Oh.
So what's great about this also is it makes us think that, like, he's been asked to write 1,600 words, and the story
Every story's only like
900, and so he's got to fill the
Gets
time.
paid by the word,
Okay,
yes.
so
Right.
then that is why. All right.
Martin County. A television remote typically used in changing channels.
Come on.
But a 35-year-old stands accused of employing one for different purposes. I'm going to ask you guys now.
Yes.
Who wrote that? Was that Greenlee explaining to you what a television remote is,
Or is
commonly
that-
used for changing television channels, or did I write that?
Al, what do you think?
I want to take the TIG position.
Oh, you take
Okay.
tips?
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
go, Jay.
So I'm going to say that was Greenlee. That
Okay.
feels like a Greenlee open.
Okay.
I have to say as well, I don't want to be contrarian here. I'm going to say that is definitely Greenlee.
I think that's Greenlee, too.
Okay.
He's flexing a little Greenlee muscle.
A television remote typically used to change channels, but a 35-year-old woman stands accused of employing one for different purposes, was written by Will Greenlee.
Yes!
Doesn't that feel good?
It does feel good.
Feels good.
Okay.
You're like, now I'm
I've
starting to
shared
understand
this
this guy.
with our engineer, Brendan, but it's okay if you didn't grab it, buddy. I shared this document with him. I can show it to you guys because the very next thing in this article, as you scroll past the opening sentence, is
A picture of Greenlee.
that would almost make more sense.
Like, does he exist?
It's a picture of a remote.
Is a picture of a remote.
No, why?
What?
Now,
Why?
Hold on. Under that picture
This is not the remote that was used in the
is a
story.
sentence that
It's
says,
a facsimile.
"This is a TV remote,
No.
So
but
now,
not the one used in the incident."
Is it product placement?
no, it's like
I'm going to give you guys a free one.
He thinks
I
his-
quoted this verbatim. You can read it. It says, "This is a TV remote, but not one used in the incident." Photo credit, Will Greenlee.
So he took. Okay, so
It's his
now I'm
own
starting to.
TV remote.
Now I'm starting to think that he is just assuming that everyone is so dumb.
I thought you were going to say he went Skynet. And
I
became
didn't have a
self-aware.
visual in my head when you said TV remote, but with a picture, it all kind of comes together.
Yeah, I was like, what is he talking
What is
about?
he really referring
Like,
to?
I have a vague memory of something that he used to change the channels.
Also, it's a Westinghouse remote, which that you only buy a Westinghouse on Black Friday. That is a Black Friday doorbuster. That's the only time you get a good Westinghouse. I'm
you
sorry.
knew Greenlee wasn't going to have a Panasonic.
No.
All right.
The woman, on January 27th, reportedly hurled a remote at a 62-year-old woman, knocking that woman's dentures out, according to the Martin County Sheriff's
Good
Office
aim.
report.
Great
I know.
throw, right?
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
Got to give her
aim.
props on that.
You do.
Tremendous.
You do.
throw. Unless she was right next to her.
Yeah, that is not really fair.
Right. The 62-year-old woman said the 35-year-old woman picked up a remote, often powered by AA batteries,
Stop
and
it.
threw it, quote, with great force.
Wait,
now,
what? What?
who is the person that wants you to know that a remote is often powered by AA batteries?
You wanna go
Was
first,
that
Tig, or
me
third?
or Greenlee?
By the way, that's my favorite Mike Myers movie.
Often powered, yeah.
Wasn't
I love
that
it,
amazing? International Remote
Love
of
it.
Mystery. So what do you think?
I don't think that is so beyond Greenlee. I'm going to say that's you, Dan.
Okay.
Dan, I think it's you.
Okay.
I'm going to be contrarian and say that's Greenlee.
Okay. Where's your heart, though?
Because, by the way, I want to let people know this. There was a time when Dan did it. We played this game through a Greenlee story. I think he gave 7 examples, and all of them were Greenlee.
Right.
And then the one time you did it was all you. Okay.
Right. The 62-year-old woman said the 35-year-old woman picked up a TV remote, often powered by AA batteries, and threw it, quote, with great force. Well, with great force comes great responsibility.
Yes, that's true.
That was written by
Yoda said that.
Will Greenlee.
Oh!
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you. No.
The-
I'll take that.
The impact of the remote knocked, quote, her dentures out of her mouth and onto the ground, the report states. Dentures, also known as false teeth, are prosthetic devices constructed to replace missing teeth and are supported by the surrounding soft and hard tissues of the oral cavity. Conventional dentures are removable partial denture or complete denture. Who wrote that?
Wikipedia, I would say.
Daniel Van Kirk or Will Greenlee? Who wants
do
you
you
to know
want the tick
what
slot
dentures
again?
are?
Oh man,
That's a tough one. Oh, it could go either way
It
so
really
easily.
could go either way. It sure could go either way.
I'm going to go Greenlee.
Okay. Randy or Jay?
I think it's Greenlee.
I think it's Greenlee too.
Okay. The person who wants you to know exactly what dentures are was written by Daniel Van Kirk.
Dan, you are so good at tricking us. Dan, I love this. Dan doesn't get enough credit for how much he's tricking us.
Al's so good because I directly took that from Wikipedia. Half a point.
Okay.
Yeah, you win that round. Even though the three of us said Greenlee, that is good.
I am now about to take you on a pun path to destruction that Will Greenlee will never come back from. This is ready? Evidently, the 35-year-old woman was not armed to the teeth. The 62-year-old woman did not say that they've both fought tooth and nail. Deputies reported the 62-year-old woman appeared a bit under the influence, but there was no allegations of lying through the teeth. The 35-year-old woman denied throwing anything. The 62-year-old woman's boyfriend, however, corroborated his girlfriend's account. So now enter the boyfriend of the 62-year-old.
Okay, can we just collectively not, once you hit a certain age, okay, that is not your boyfriend and that is not your girlfriend.
Is there rules
That
for
is
it?
your partner.
Okay.
Do you understand? Like, you don't even have to be married.
You do have to go partner?
This is the
What age do you think?
This is the gentleman I'm dating. This
gentleman
is the
friend.
woman
My gentleman
My
friend.
gentleman caller.
Yeah.
Yes.
My man friend. My woman friend.
My quarter.
My
Yeah.
quarter.
Yes. My partner. You're right.
Boyfriend
I
is
mean,
something
are you
in
saying,
high
Randy,
school.
that she's too long in the tooth to be able to?
I'm saying you start to say
Don't hit the
boyfriend.
player.
I'm
Don't
say-
hit the player.
I'm saying
I'm in the game.
You start to say boyfriend, girlfriend, and you're just going to gum some things up.
What is the year? If you had to arbitrarily pick a year that you don't say boyfriend anymore, 55?
29.
Stop.
I'd say 1949.
That's
some
the
woke,
year.
That's some woke shit right there.
Wait, okay. So my initial thought was that this is her daughter, but they're being very clear to establish that this is a 35-year-old woman hanging out with a
I think
62-year-old
it's
woman.
a 62-year-old woman's son's girlfriend.
Okay.
Probably. And then
Yes.
she has a boyfriend.
Right.
Got it.
Now, why didn't the boyfriend just jump out in front and
Take
take
it?
some dentures?
Yes.
Take the remote to the chest as he's like
And block
dive-
her dentures.
Yeah.
The 62-year-old woman's boyfriend, however, corroborated his girlfriend's account. I love you, Will, but I need better
This is-
reference points than
God.
that. The incident may have been no skin off the 62-year-old woman's teeth.
No.
Because she did not want to pursue charges. No arrests were made. And we will get out of here on this. One thing I like about the TC Palm is while you're reading it, they have like hyperlinks to other things. They go more, and you can click on them.
Oh, yeah.
This is what else is going down in the TC Palm. If you were reading this article, you could also click on the thing that says more. Ponce de Leon, Betsy Ross jailed on Treasure Coast. I think that's a story we covered here in Young
it
People
is? Yeah, I
Town.
remember covering it.
Here's another one. More. Woman's apparent threesome revelation sours boyfriend in Stewart. Does that mean she tells him about her threesome that
She
he
had a
obviously was
threesome.
not involved?
Yeah, maybe
and then
he was asleep.
here's my favorite one. This will be the last one, and we'll go on to another story. More. Why is a naked man in my home?
That's
What's going down in TC Palm?
I've had my kids ask that about me.
why is a naked man in my home?
I'm like, I just got out of the shower.
'Cause I pay the
Give me a
mortgage.
minute. Yeah, it's my house.
Yeah.
If you have a kid and you're naked around them, you cannot call your partner a boyfriend or girlfriend.
That's right.
That's fair.
That's a
I was
fact.
watching a show called Why Is There a Naked Man in My House?
Why is
It
there a
never went
naked man in my
anywhere.
house?
Yeah.
Why is there a naked man in my house?
I would watch that show.
Come on,
idea.
Netflix, come on.
Come
You got this.
on.
Come on.
You got this.
I would put that on CBS.
All right, that's story number one.
Story number
We
one.
had
There
a
you go.
Greenlee.
We had a Greenlee. We've got Weird Al right here. Stay with us. We got more Dumb People Town right after this.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Sklar Brothers here with Al Yankovic, who is a great follow on Instagram. I've been loving your Instagram. Your travel Instagrams are hilarious.
It's Alfred Yankovic on Instagram, by the way. Just FYI, because somebody else was already Al Yankovic. Oddly enough. How could that be?
How? I don't like
that person's trying to mess with you. I'll take
Alfred Yankovic, follow it. It's really, really funny. The Japan, you were just in the Far East, I guess.
Just got back, yeah.
And I loved every visual joke was hilarious.
Well, first of all, the picture of you in the crowd, who took that of you?
That was my wife, yeah.
That's an insane picture. There are so many people.
And Harajuku, yeah.
Right, and they're going this way, and it's just you turned around in this sea of people going the other direction.
And then Jim Gaffigan, who also was in Japan
He
the
was
same
there
time
too.
I was, but he took the exact same picture, and
That's hilarious.
he's doing his Al Yankovic impersonation.
That's awesome.
And your wife took that picture too?
She just hangs around Harajuku, just taking pictures of people.
If a large American turns around, I will take
She's
a
there.
picture.
She's
That was
I could write the whole trip off because I did the Instagram pictures, and now we're talking about on the radio.
Look
so
at
now
what we're doing.
Yep.
Tax write-off.
Chipper, you didn't go over there to perform shows?
Now.
When was the last time you did perform in Japan?
I was the last time I was actually there was 1984.
Really?
Yeah, and that was it was because Ida was a big hit in Japan because even though ostensibly they didn't understand the lyrics, the video was very visual. I think people thought it was funny.
It's like a Japanese game show.
Yeah, so I was. If you get a chance, look up YouTube Weird Al in Japan. I did a show which was supposed to be like the Japanese version of Saturday Night Live, and I'm there singing "Eat It" phonetically in Japanese while sumo wrestlers are dancing behind me, and a guy in a large lobster outfit comes out and wants me to eat him.
Phenomenal.
It was very
feel
lost
like
in translation.
Japanese TV can be described as this. Like, it starts as one thing, and people are like, people aren't going to like it. We just got to keep adding things to it.
Yeah.
Start throwing candy at it. Bring out the lobster. Get the sumo wrestler.
Have a guy jump out and yell in someone's face.
that
There's
was pretty
Japanese
much
yelling.
it.
There is a show.
So that was 84. And that was the
84.
last time you went there.
It was, yeah.
Unbelievable. Do you have any tours and stuff planned? Because we saw you at Moon Tower last year. I have to say, I snuck in to
in
watch
Austin.
your show in Austin
That
at the
was so
Paramount
fun.
Theater.
Yeah.
So fun.
Beautiful show. You have a great band
Thank
playing
you.
with you. You sounded amazing. I hope you liked how you sounded in that space. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. We're actually touring this year. This is an exciting tour. It's called the Strings Attached Tour, and we're doing every.
I love it.
It is.
I love it.
And the
Do you have
reason
orchestras playing with
well,
you?
that's exactly it. We're doing every
phenomenal.
single show with a full symphony orchestra.
Okay, so
That's not a joke. We're doing that.
Okay.
We're
What's the
doing
LA
that.
date? I need to be at that.
Greek Theater, August 10th.
Phenomenal.
I'm buying
God.
tickets now.
All the dates are on weirdal.com. We're doing like 66, 67 shows
All
this
right.
summer.
So Todd Berry had a phenomenal bit about how
When Guns N' Roses had
an orchestra play like
November Rain?
November Rain or
Yeah.
Sweet Child, whatever.
he said they had sheet
they had
music.
sheet music for the cello, like
Slash doesn't need it, but the
third cello of the New York Philharmonic needs.
wait a second. He's like, wait a second. It's A all the way over to C, then back to A.
Well, the thing is with these orchestra gigs, we have a different orchestra every city because we don't have like 14 buses to like haul an orchestra on the country.
Right,
So,
they
so
have to
literally
know it.
that afternoon, the afternoon of the show, they're
They
singing
got
the
it.
music for the first time. Like,
Yeah.
okay, tonight you're playing with Weird Al. You know?
Is it, which, by the way, is just so brilliant, and it elevates the game.
Yeah,
Does it?
you can't really appreciate songs like White and Nerdy until you hear it with a full symphony orchestra.
my
Oh my God, I'm taking my son to
Oh
this show.
my God! I'm taking my kids to this show
Al,
too.
can I ask you a question?
Oh my God.
That is, by the way, the best. You've never done this before?
Well, we did 2 nights at the Hollywood Bowl a couple of years ago, which was sort of what inspired us
Yeah.
because they
I
asked us
remember
to
that.
do that, and it kind of blew my mind because and I almost got a little teared up because we usually start off our encore doing the Star Wars songs with our keyboard player doing like the little da 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 da
But
on the
you're
keyboard.
now John
Oh
Williams
my goodness!
style.
Like 85-piece full orchestration. It's like I was in the middle of Star Wars. It was
That is
crazy.
and under the lights and out. I mean, out in the
cool.
night
Yeah.
in the Hollywood Bowl. That's just magical to know. And the Greek Theater is one of my other favorite.
On
venues to
August night, love of the Greek.
watch. Was that Neil Diamond?
Yeah, exactly. That was was my flawless Neil Diamond impersonation.
That was a great album. Hot August
I wanted
Nights.
to ask you, in your set list, how often does You Don't Love Me Anymore show up?
That will be on the oncoming tour. That might be one of our alternate songs because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the show's going to be because we can only do 90 minutes because otherwise we go into triple golden union overtime.
Yeah, you're right.
These are the things you
so
have
we
to
might
worry
have to
about.
switch out one of the songs, but that's definitely
It'll be in
something
the
we've
rotation.
orchestrated. It's in
That
the
song
rotation,
spoke to me so much and like informed me so much comedically because it's that juxtaposition of like super soft and like and then that melody and then combined with just completely dark like
lyrics.
I do that all the time. I take like the most
my favorite
offensive,
thing.
horrible lyrics and just make it a very happy, pleasant song.
Yeah, it spoke to me so much as I was.
It's so subversive in the
up.
best possible way, and it's why, to me, like we don't play music, but we glean so much from what you did and what you do, what you continue to do, just because we're like, oh, that is a way to take a convention or something that people understand and then completely mess with it.
I had a girlfriend in the early 90s who I played her one of my new songs and she was crying. She was like, that's such a beautiful song. Why did you have to screw it up with those horrible lyrics?
You're like, because that's the point.
my job.
That's
That's
my
description.
job.
Kind of the deal.
That's what I do.
I mean, again, that song when you're like, "Oh, darling, I'm begging, won't you put down that knife?" and you say it with like such love in your voice. Like piranhas in the bathtub again. Like it just.
I should say there's a line in that song that says, I reference a poisonous cobra. Mm-hmm. And people thought, don't you mean venomous cobra? And I have to explain, no, because the snake itself has been poisoned. Right. And the protagonist in the song likes to eat snakes. Yeah. So if he finds a poisonous cobra, he's going to be tempted to eat it, and that's going to kill him.
That's right.
Yeah.
So do not question the writer of the song.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
You don't know what's in my head.
I know what I'm doing.
I know what I'm thinking.
What's this poisonous cobra doing in my underwear drawer?
Yep, that's it.
Tracks. He's like, it all tracks. All of it tracks.
Yep.
I highly recommend, and again, Jason and I have done this because with our kids. So you have been a part of our lives for so long, but when you play his music and your music for someone who has not heard it before, that is almost the greatest thing in the world because
you're introducing
something that is part of the comedy and musical lexicon to someone for the first time and watching them kind of
appreciate it.
You see why it is as great as it is.
That's so nice to hear.
It's
Thank
the
you.
truth, man.
Passing it down, paying it forward.
Paying it forward. If you can make your kids Weird Al fans, then you've done your job as a parent.
Agreed. That's right. Agreed. You guys want to do a second story?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. If I did not say in the first one, and I feel like I might not have, that Greenlee was sent in by Graham Burris at Graham, Graham, dog. Graham dog.
Thanks, Graham.
2 G's in that dog. Nice. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Sent in by Travis Bales at the Travis Bales, Baills. Okay, I'm going to read you the headline because it's probably all we would need.
Okay. We could probably do the whole thing on this.
Woman marries zombie doll after the couple fall in love. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you married...
There's a zombie doll out there for everybody, guys. There's plenty of zombie dolls in the sea.
Now, you did air quotes around fall in love. Is that a euphemism?
No, they put it in quotes
actually-
in the
They do.
headline.
Okay. All right.
So like even the story doesn't believe that happens.
Exactly.
So let me ask you for real, Dan, and I'll ask you too, Al. Do you believe that it's possible for a person to fall in love with a zombie doll?
I believe in love.
You believe in love? In all forms?
In all forms,
Right.
yes. Love is love is love is love.
I think
as
you
Lin-Manuel
can
would
love
say.
the doll, but falling in love means the two of you went into this love together, and I don't think the doll can go with you.
So you say love has to be reciprocal.
It has to. Two people have to
She
fall
should have
in
said,
love. It's a
I'm in
two-person
love
whole.
with. She should have said, I'm in love with a doll.
Right, because I don't know that the doll's in love with you.
Maybe.
We don't know.
I don't. Is that a Burt Bacharach song?
I don't know if the doll's in love. I don't know if the doll's in love with you.
I don't think so. I mean, yeah, you're right, Dan. And had it just been a regular doll and not had the zombie affect to it, would she not be in love with it is my question.
Well,
Without I gotten the quotes.
right.
I would love for this to become a thing and for all of us to sit down, put our heads together, and write a brand new, updated version of Guys and Dolls. So there'd be female zombie dolls and guys that are in love with them, and boom.
Why not? A woman who fell in love with a zombie doll aged 13 has
the doll's age
revealed-
13?
I think she was 13. It's
No.
a weird writing.
If the doll
She's
is-
not 13 now. Nobody's 13
Is
in
it an
this story.
underage doll? That's what we're asking.
No, she's
I can tell you this much. It is not underage.
Okay.
Neither is she.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe I think we might end up finding out that's when she met the doll.
Oh, okay.
Age 13 has revealed she married the inanimate object and said her world is now complete. Whose wouldn't be?
By the way, if she's happy, I'm okay with it.
I am too, but
Here we go.
do we have a photo ready, Brendan? Because if we have the photo that's in the story, please pull it up for
So
me.
she's saying to the doll, "You complete me," but she can't say, "You had me at hello."
Ready?
Is the doll?
Oh, that doll.
That doll is terrifying.
That
This will be
doll-
up on the Facebook page.
That is too real of a haircut for a doll.
Am I right? Oh, no.
Because it's kind of a bad haircut.
Wait
It
a
is-
minute.
Yes, we can all agree that we're happy for her happiness.
By
but
the way,
I
she
want
looks,
her to be
and,
happy.
and she looks great in the dress. I think
Sure,
she looks
yes,
fantastic
yes.
in her.
Right, but
she,
look
and
at
she
this-
seems happy. She
but look
seems
at
as
the
happy.
doll.
Is that like a James Brown haircut? I can't really.
It's a bowl cut. That
Oh, it's more like a Bruce Lee.
Yeah, like if Bruce Lee was playing James Brown in a movie.
If Bruce Lee was James Brown in a zombie movie.
Am I the
where-
only person scared by this doll?
Dan, it is scary. It is a very scary.
Who did the bow tie on the doll? That's not a clip
I thought
on.
you were
That's
saying
like
Botox.
who did the Botox
Who
on the
did that
doll?
wedding day Botox?
So
They probably watch it on YouTube, how to tie a bow tie.
By the way,
This woman is much bigger than this doll.
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
she's an
gonna say
adult.
that.
The doll looks
The
like a
doll
child.
looks like a child.
Here, I'll keep reading. No emotional reaction from the doll has been shared with the press as of yet. Now come on.
Come on, that is ridiculous.
But do
reporting.
watch this space because it could be the making of the next great Netflix true drama. It takes all sorts after all. I mean,
Lars,
it's not gonna-
Lars and the real girl. That's all I'm gonna say.
They're buying a lot of stuff over there.
Yeah.
Are you guys on to Madeline yet?
They're buying a lot of stuff over there, is what Al said. This is an idea now for a show.
Are you guys on to the new Netflix thing?
What?
Searching for Madeline McCain?
No,
Or
what is that?
The McCann or whatever.
What is that?
The girl who in Portugal went missing in 2007, and then the whole world was looking for her.
No, and then
It's-
she's not. Don't.
Okay.
Don't
Hanging
give
out,
anything
hanging
away.
out with Sugar Man?
Yeah, I
Maybe.
know. Did you watch Abducted in Plain Sight?
I did not.
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
it's
Al.
just-
This is what we're gonna say. We always say this.
Minute 22.
Watch it,
It's
and
very
at minute
dark.
and
It's
at
very
minute
dark.
22.
I can turn it off?
Nope. You
No.
have to text all of us at minute 22.
At minute 22, you're going to
I'm
be
not
like,
going to tell
"What?"
you, but
Okay.
at minute
You
20,
guys
you
get
get
into.
pause it at minute 22, and then or email. You know us, so just email us.
And just be like, give us your reaction.
I just
Okay.
want to hear your reaction at minute 22.
All right,
okay?
we'll do.
Good.
Rory, that's my other podcast. Randy got to minute 22 and then proceeded to rage text me for an hour.
I texted him. Dan's like, just text me at minute 22. And I literally pause it, and I just text him, and then I text him again, and then I text him again. And,
Right.
and Dan's like, just watch the end of it. I
The
was-
Search for Madeline is not as good, but
Okay.
it's out there.
All right, so-
okay, here we go. So, anyway,
so-
they say this could be the new Netflix drama. It takes all sorts after all. Felicity Cadleck, a 21-year-old from Massachusetts, wedded the doll named Kelly Rossi. That's our friend, our little doll,
I like that the doll has like kind of an ambiguous name.
who she claims is how many years old? How old do you think she says that doll is?
Al?
Well, let's go
Kelly
back to,
Rossi.
do we figure out where the 13 came from?
That's, I think, when they
she
met.
found the doll.
so
yes.
she waited to marry the doll until it
till
wasn't
she-
creepy anymore.
Here, I can read you this. I can read you anymore. At all. At all. What did you say? At all.
She
At all. At all.
made a prudent
This
decision.
is- yeah, she wanted it to
Felicity
be.
says-
Baby, let's wait. 8 years. That's all it's going to take.
They
We
just-
aren't animals.
How
Brendan
old is it?
just zoomed in on it.
Felicity says she's been in a relationship with the female doll since she was 16 after finding Kelly Rossi, that's the creepy doll,
Oh, so it is a
on a
female
creepy doll website. Yes. After finding the Kelly Rossi on
This
a creepy
doll
doll
is
website
so
at 13 and developing romantic feelings 3 years later.
Okay, but it's a female doll, but it's in a full tuxedo.
Okay.
I know.
So this is like
Which is fine. That's
I mean,
still
I
cool.
guess
like an
so.
antique
Yeah.
doll is what you're saying. It's some
Or,
kind of...
or just now we're understanding the, I
She's
guess,
21.
gender assignments that they're
But
gonna...
if you're
So
the
she met
artist
this
who
doll 8
created
years
this,
ago. They've been together for 5 years.
if you're the artist who created this doll, you got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Oh, yes.
Look what I did.
Yes. So I'm going to bring joy into somebody else's life with my scary-ass doll, Kelly
We'll
Rossi.
post this picture on the Facebook page, which if you're listening to this podcast and you're not a member of our Facebook community, what are you doing?
Right.
Join up right away because these
You wanna
pictures are
see
great.
this.
So this picture of the face is beyond scary.
It's
like-
terrifying.
It's like half the chin and whatnot looks like it has been,
Taken away.
or just like zombied off.
Doesn't it also kind of look like Kelly Rossi smiling?
No, those are just the teeth that are left.
All right, how old do you think? So she says she met this doll when she was 13. Then they became romantically involved when she was 16. They're now 21, or she's 21, I should say.
So how old is the doll?
I can tell you this: 21 is not the answer.
Right.
She's now 21, and they're getting married. How old
do you think
she says?
She says the doll is.
The doll is. This looks like something. Gosh,
I love how hard he's trying.
I'm gonna say the doll is 54 years old.
Okay. 54 years old from Al.
I'm going to say 30 years old.
30 years old from Jason Sklar.
I'm going to say
I don't even know why.
25 years old.
25 years
Because
old.
one of them has to be able to rent a car.
That's a good head of hair.
I'm going to say this, one of you is in the right decade.
Okay, good.
Okay? Mm-hmm. Felicity believes, 21-year-old Felicity believes that her new husband, Kelly Rossi, the creepy doll from the Creepy Doll website, is, get your answers in now, Townie, because she says Kelly Rossi is 37 years old.
Wow.
So specific.
So I was
16 years older. Is it weird for me that that's one of my like red flags? So I'm like 16 years older. I don't know. You're 21. Live your life.
What do they
It's half your age plus 7. Is that the way it works?
Right, exactly. Which might work out.
What do they have to talk about? I
Right,
mean,
exactly.
I feel like they're going to be
They didn't watch the same cartoons when they were growing up?
Their frame of reference is totally off.
I agree. Now it seems the happy couple are enjoying matrimonial bliss. The ceremony, which took place in Tiverton, Rhode Island,
Well, I'll tell you one thing: she's not going to get any lip because literally there's no
no
lips.
lips.
No
Nothing on
lips.
that
There are
doll.
no lips on this thing.
cost Felicity $500. The whole wedding, in and out. That's a pretty good deal.
Okay, now I'm considering telling my daughters, you have a daughter. I'm considering saying, why don't you marry that's a cheap, that's a wedding we can
a
afford.
zombie doll is a wedding.
Zombie doll wedding, that's affordable.
She said that the wedding was also attended by 4 of her family friends and 8 of Felicity's other dolls, who, quote, watched her wed the love of her life.
I'm also going to say that $500 too much for this wedding.
Yeah, she got taken.
I'm sure Kelly was like, we don't need anything. We have each other. Why are we even doing this?
Fine. If you want to do it, I will do it for you.
Right, but I don't care about seat covers.
No, but it's clear that it's important to you. So
No,
I'm not.
Fine, we don't need the Shivari chairs.
I get it. You've lived longer life than I have. You've
Just
been
keep
here
living
for
in sin. I mean, come on.
Images of the wedding show Felicity in a beautiful white wedding dress. I
She
agree.
does look beautiful.
Lovingly embracing the toy, who was dressed up in a tuxedo for the occasion, but deigned not to wash the blood, white makeup, or black smudges off its face, or tidy up its teeth.
Well, that's just rude.
Like it could.
Kelly was the groom, as she takes the male role in our relationship. She's
That's
a
what I was saying.
tomboy,
Yeah.
so she wore a suit. I feel she was most comfortable as the groom. All
Good.
right, Felicity.
Excellent.
All right.
Despite having been in a relationship with Kelly for 4 years, getting married to her has made her feel so much closer to her, both emotionally and intimately. The other thing I love, a lot of crime happens in dumb people town. Sometimes it's just something odd.
It's just fun.
Sometimes you're like, guess what happens in our town?
I
We're
think we're all
married
just
zombie
I
dolls.
think we're all a little puppet fluid. I mean,
Yes.
it's-
We are puppet fluid. Yes.
Agreed.
Yes. Let's
I don't have
identify
an
where
issue
with this at all.
Strings attached.
If she's happy,
Strings
although
attached to her
for
comment.
her strings attached, the news. That's
know.
it. It's actual strings attached.
It's her having sex with a
Marinette strings attached. No, but the idea that like she definitely posted all the pictures of the wedding on Facebook.
Yes.
So then
100%.
it was, how much does her family members and friends have to now?
How do her parents
comment
spin it
and
to their
support?
friends?
Exactly.
Right, guys, only 4
She's-
family friends came to the wedding.
Well,
She didn't say family members, Dan.
Or friends.
Do they still
Family
get gifts?
friends.
Like, didn't.
where were you
What's the
registered?
protocol on that? Yeah, right.
Where you registered? KB Toys. What do you get the woman who has everything?
I agree.
What do you do?
I agree.
That's amazing, man.
She says she feels so much closer to her both emotionally and intimately. Despite Kelly's zombie-like appearance, Felicity claims she loves her doll deeply and wouldn't change her for the world.
Wouldn't?
Wouldn't change her for the world.
That's great.
That's it.
She said, quote, I married Kelly, but only because I accept her for who she is. I look past her bloody face and I don't mind her not having a jaw.
That's what I said in my wedding vows too.
They stole that from you.
Stole that from you.
Look
Honey,
past her bloody face.
when I look past your bloody face,
and I don't
no
care that
jaw,
you don't have a jaw.
I see a beautiful woman
I agree.
in a tuxedo. I see a life partner is what I see. You know what? May they spend many, many, many happy years together.
Why not?
They're not going to fight.
Nobody's getting hurt.
No one's getting hurt.
I mean, Kelly showed up in the box hurt.
But here's the thing.
Or splinters, maybe.
Yes, exactly.
Well, what's going to happen when the sex goes bad? Are they going to be friends? Are they going to be?
Who knows?
You know.
You're married. You got to stick it out.
Number one, they could adopt. They can adopt. She can adopt.
Totally. Another doll.
Another doll.
Another doll.
Ugly dolls.
All right, that's story number 2.
But what if they adopt a doll, and then as a gift to the doll, they get a real baby? As a gift to the doll, they get
blowing my mind.
You know what I'm saying? Like they go the other way.
Wow.
And then, real baby for a doll.
Real baby
Doll
for a
doll.
doll. Baby for a doll.
Real
That would
baby
be
for a doll
beautiful.
kid. Is that story 2?
That is story 2.
Can you tease what story 3 is going to be? Can you give us a little taste?
I'll just read you the headline.
Okay.
Accusations of illegal strip club in home, complete misunderstanding.
I cannot wait. All right, guys.
How could there be a misunderstanding around that?
Agreed.
None. All right, Weird Al Yankovic is with us. We have the Sklar Brothers. Of course, he's Daniel Van Kirk.
I
This
am.
is Dumb People Town. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to DPT. We want to remind people we are going to be at Largo. Or is this coming after that?
This is actually
This is coming out right away.
Right away. This drops. No, this is I think going to drop the week that we are going to be at the Moon Tower Comedy Festival, which you were at last year. We are doing a live Dumb People Town
We are.
there.
Ooh.
So fun.
I'll
very
doing
excited.
stand up every single night. I'm doing your guys' show. Is that Friday night?
Yeah, we're doing a little show called Tag It, where we have comedian friends come on and they do their set, and then afterwards we come on stage, and in real time we've been like writing possible jokes to add to.
We pitch
or
them
we
tags.
pitch them tags if they want them or not on the thing. So it's like a
That's
writer's
at the
room.
Parish.
Punching it up.
Yeah, punching it up. Tag It. So that's going to be at the Parish. And just great stuff in the Moon Tower Comedy Festival. But come see us live, do the live Dumb People Town. Eliza Skinner's going to be there, and we're
And you
working
guys-
on the other guests.
You guys just announced a ton of tour dates.
Yes,
Yes,
we have
we
a
did.
bunch of stuff till the end of the year. If you go to supersklars.com, you can check that out. But the live Largo, which we should have you come and do that sometime too.
That'll be fun.
Live at Largo, this next one we've got John C. Reilly, Tim Heidecker, and Amy Mann is going to do music.
Great. Love those guys.
Insane.
Yeah.
That's May 7th, and that one is filling up. So get your tickets now
Yeah, only a few
before that
tickets
sells out. All right, Dan, let's
Ready?
get to this
Yes,
last story.
let's do it.
Accusations of illegal strip club inside home, complete misunderstanding. That's also in quotes. Those last two
Honey,
words.
it's not a strip club.
not what
it's
you
just
think it
some
is.
friends.
I know.
Doesn't every living room have a pole?
They brought it over and to teach us exercise.
Now, when you say complete understanding, does that mean that the understanding wasn't complete until they said that?
Did I misread it? I'm sorry. Complete misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding. Oh, okay.
I might have said it wrong.
Okay.
Sent in by Derek Shipley at Derek Shipley, R-I-C-K, and that Derek, and
Thanks,
a Ship,
buddy.
L-E-Y.
Thank you very much.
Iredell, I-R-E-D-E-L-L, Iredell County, North Carolina.
Okay.
Authorities raided a man's rural Iredell County home Friday after they said it was being used as an illegal adult entertainment club.
Now, when you say they rated it, it was like on a scale of 5 or a scale of 10?
I give it a 3. I mean, the buffet was pretty good.
That would be great if cops yelped places after
I
they
give it
busted
2
them.
out of 5 tassels.
What's your end game there? That's never going to go well.
No.
Ever.
You-
If it becomes popular, it's going to get shut down.
If
it
it
doesn't
doesn't-
become popular, you fail.
So
Why are you
on
doing
a
it?
drunken night, he turns to 2 people who will dance there. And
Sure.
he knows his friends there. And he's like, why don't we just have the strip club here? That's how it started.
You know, whenever I buy real estate, I make sure it's already zoned to be a strip club.
Thank
you.
Yes.
Just in
Yes.
case,
By the
because you
way,
never know.
You may never
You may
need
never
it.
use it.
Never
But
use
just,
it.
it's good for
far-
resale, it's good
How
for resale
far,
value.
How far are we away from an elementary
Yeah.
school? Let's make sure we're within, outside the limits so we can do what we want.
Officials said the owner and operator, David Yates Jr. You can almost hear the North Carolina dialect in it.
Yates in quotes?
Yates.
Yates.
Jr.
Yates.
Yates. David Yates. You
Call
get
me-
down here right
Call
now.
me DY, buddy.
D.Y.
D.Y.
Jr.
Jr.
Just call me Jr.
Was the only person inside the home when officers found weapons, marijuana, liquor, and malt beverages. Why do you have to be so specific about the malt beverages?
Well, it's that type of strip club. That type of home strip club.
Chocolate malts,
When's the last time you had a malt? There's one place in Rochelle, Illinois, my hometown, that still serves malts. But you don't see them anymore.
Okay, so there is a place in Pasadena that is like a drugstore where they have the old, like they've got, it's a restaurant drugstore. They do like fountains, fountain drinks, but they do like root beer floats and stuff like that. So I have to get back to that place because they do like great tater tots. I mean, it's like this thing where there's the store and then there are these like marble tables with the iron like feet, it's just a really cool place.
We should share a soda together with 2 straws.
I would do that.
Green River Valley, is that what that was
Fair
called?
Oaks Pharmacy, thank you very much. Right there.
Oh, there it is.
Fair Oaks Pharmacy. Look at that.
That looks good.
It's a counter up there and everything.
Come on.
Let's have the rap party there.
I love a good malt.
The rap party for this
episode.
And
we should start having it's like SNL does.
Bring your zombie husband.
Bring your zombie husband's
Zombie
drink for
husband's
free.
welcome, number 2.
No
and
cover
I say,
charge.
if someone was smart about the Fair Oaks Pharmacy, you'd put a strip club in there. But that's just me. You
Yeah.
already have the malts.
Okay, here we go. David Yates Jr. was the only person there when everything got confiscated, including the malt beverages. Eyewitness news reporter Glenn Counts was given a tour of the house on Monday by Yates. That's how you know, too, that you think you are definitely in the right. When you've been raided by the cops and you tell the news, let's walk around it. Come on in.
This is where we had this VIP section.
You
right
tell
over
me
here.
if anything in this garage looks professional. Every night's amateur
Yes,
night.
it's the computer room, but at nighttime it's the champagne room.
And it's things that factually are just getting them more in trouble. If that's against the law, I don't want to be right. It is against the law. It doesn't matter.
Oh, so you're telling me I need a license to have a Komodo dragon right here? Oh, so I'm the bad guy because I kept her in a cage? I'm a
the
bad guy? Yes, you are.
I love rhetorical questions that involve someone admitting their own guilt. That's my favorite. I shot you one time in the leg, and all of a sudden I've got to go to jail?
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yep, that's how it works.
It's an unlicensed weapon, so I'm a bad. Yes,
Right.
you are.
Oh,
the bad
I
guy.
don't license.
I don't pay
say
child
that.
support, so I can't see my kids now.
No, you can't. No, you can't. And now you admitted to not paying child support.
Eyewitness reporter, that's Glenn Counts, was given a tour of the house on Monday by Yates and saw the area where the stripper pole was removed, as well as lockers for the young women to use. You went full tilt into this.
Lockers.
Lockers means there's like locker chit chat too. Like strippers hanging around the lockers. What'd you do last night? Like getting dressed, pulling up, getting undressed.
Right. Multiple law
Dominique, you
enforcement
gotta
agencies-
punch in before you go up on stage. You gotta punch in.
That's awfully nice that the strippers didn't have to use their backpacks.
agreed.
We have lockers for them.
Look, you don't want it stolen, you put it in a locker.
Yeah.
And she wants to hang her shirt up instead of folding it into a bag.
course.
That's really thoughtful.
Yes.
Multiple law enforcement agencies raided this Buster's Strip Club. If you've named it, you're gonna get caught. Don't name it.
Don't buy a neon
Just
sign
say,
either.
come back to my house. We're having a party on
Buster's.
Bethesda Road in Statesville, and said that they found drugs, all that other stuff.
By the way, you could come up with so many better names than Buster's Strip Club.
Yeah, call it
So
Busties at
Yes!
least. Just put a Y on there.
Pole
Get rid of that
position.
ERS. The investigation began after community members sent in anonymous complaints. The club was found in a garage behind the home.
There you go.
Yates said he charged a $5 admission for the only reason to help pay the power bill.
What kind of complaints would they have? Not enough lockers.
Yeah, they're very complaints. Their shrimp cocktail sucks.
No ramp for wheelchairs.
Very
Like
few
ADA
options
violations.
in the buffet. Someone sent OSHA over
Ton
there.
of OSHA violations.
It's been 7 hours since our last injury.
Yeah. Employees are not washing hands.
This is from a neighbor. Anytime you're having drinking and stripping, you're going to have shooting and fighting. Well, I don't know.
I don't know about
That's a
that.
Come
huge.
on.
By the way, that is a huge.
You can drink
Gigantically.
and strip without shooting anybody. I want to live in a world where you can drink and strip
stripping.
without shooting or fighting anyone.
And I knew a guy that stripped the lacquer off of furniture, and he drank all the time.
That's
no
right.
problems at
No
all.
problem
No
at all.
fighting, no
problem
shooting.
at all.
Great stripper. I mean, one of the best
One of
strippers.
the best.
One of the best strippers you've ever seen.
then the person says,
one
quote,
of the cleanest strippers you've ever seen.
You don't need stuff like that.
And
Not
that guy
here.
That guy stripped well into his 80s.
It's true.
By the way, he stripped to put himself through college.
Wouldn't even take tips.
Would not?
Wouldn't even take tips.
Nope. Why are you doing
Let me
this
do
for my
job.
daughter?
Just let me do my job. You don't need stuff like that. Not here around this neighborhood. I would beg to differ with this neighbor because if it became that successful, maybe the neighborhood did need it.
There was a vacuum that he filled.
Yes.
That's right.
And why are you calling a rural area a neighborhood?
Yeah.
There's nothing neighborhoody about that.
That's right.
After approaching Channel 9's cameras, Yates declined an on-camera interview, but said the whole ordeal is a misunderstanding and that the pole inside what he called his man cave, ready for this excuse?
I cannot wait to
The pole was only being used by his wife and daughter for exercise.
Oh,
Now,
well, of
I
course.
believe that. I believe in like pole dancing, exercise, and workout. It's an amazing
Totally.
physical thing. But I don't believe
Wife
that it
and
goes
daughter.
in your garage with malt beverages and a locker room.
What? My wife likes to drink when she does her pole dancing.
And anytime you're going to have my
Exercise.
wife exercise, you're going to have drinking and shooting. That's just how it goes.
Between wife and daughter.
Okay.
He would have been fine if he just said, guys, you got me.
Brendan,
That's it.
Brendan
All right,
does not have this next picture to show you guys. I do. I will show it to you.
Okay.
We'll also go up on the Facebook page. All of a sudden in the article, they cut to this exterior photo of Mr.
garage?
Yates.
Of the garage.
Of Mr. Yates' house. And there's just an element that's like, what new story are we starting? Ready?
Okay.
There's just a hearse. There's just a hearse.
in front of
There's
his
just
house.
a hearse out in front of
And
his
by the way,
house.
it's a hearse not parked in
No,
the
it
driveway.
is on the lawn.
It is
It
on
is
the lawn.
up to the drive. He's pulled up to the stoop.
That just screams strip club.
Yes.
Okay, how am I going to know which strip club we're talking about? When you just look for a hearse.
Well, you see the hearse, you come around back.
Right. I just, so there's only two people who dance. It's his wife and daughter, and they're exercising, but we're allowed to drink and pay $5 for the electric bill.
And if you start fighting and shooting, you got to leave.
Right.
Literally, the
But we
strippers,
do have a hearse if someone dies.
the strippers come out of a casket.
Put your guns on the locker.
Yeah, guns in the locker, and we don't fight.
This is funny. He said, this is Yates, that no drugs were found, but admitted moonshine was found and that he had been busted for moonshine before.
Moonshine?
Side note, I watched the news article report on this.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't include this. After they talk about the moonshine, the reporter,
He goes and gets it.
you remember...
Remember when we were in North Carolina and we were talking about moonshine?
Raleigh,
and we were-
North Carolina.
Okay, we should tell that story in 1 second.
Yeah.
But you heard with Purd, I think is like the character from Parks and Rec. The guy looks exactly like him, and he goes, "Oh, I had some moonshine back here." And then the news reporter, this is so North Carolina, goes, "Well, everybody has moonshine," and the guy goes, "I know." Everybody has moonshine. That's the news reporter. Everybody has moonshine. I
know, right?
No. Everyone's got a stripper pole. Well, not everyone.
I mean, okay.
know. Okay.
Everyone's got a hearse
Do you want to
parked-
tell the quick story of you
Everyone's
guys
got a
drinking
hearse parked
moonshine?
Yeah.
So we
Well,
were.
first we went to that barbecue place and she gave you, quote, moonshine, which was drinkable.
Yeah,
And
she
you-
gave us moonshine mixed with lemonade, which I could tolerate.
Right.
And then someone said, "I've got a moonshine guy." Like in North Carolina, people have moonshine guys. Like people in New York used to have weed guys in like the
Yes,
90s.
You're right.
I have a moonshine guy. What do you do? Well, he meets me here and he brings me moonshine, and then we have moonshine in our house. And I'm like, okay, well, let's call a guy up and have him meet us, and we'll try it. And so we had cameras rolling. We kept a person's like identity, and Randy and I go over and this
In a
guy-
parking lot.
In a parking lot, he pulls up. It's in a mason jar. He gives us the thing in a mason jar. We each drink it. I swear to you,
I can still taste it.
It was like if someone put like metal into lighter fluid
Al,
and made
when
it.
they drank it at the barbecue place, they sipped it and they're like, "Oh no, that's too." Ooh, yeah.
Is it like 100% alcohol?
Well,
What's the
that
deal?
was them at the barbecue.
That was the thing
at the
mixed with
barbecue place, they were
lemonade.
like, "I can't." Whoa, that's tough. I can't do that. I watched them from afar. They take the drink and it goes like out their mouth, screaming. I'm like, "Now you drank moonshine."
It's like, I'm like, have you ever spit something out of your mouth so much that you're now trying to get rid of your tongue? That's what we were
Yes.
doing when we had actual moonshine.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't understand this.
But
as a
everyone
business.
has it, Jay.
It's
Everyone
like
has it.
gasoline. What
Right?
would you compare it to?
It was like if you drank rubbing alcohol.
Okay.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, I shouldn't drink that. I just put this
Extremely
on sores.
potent rubbing alcohol.
Rubbing
like
alcohol, but it had a
Windex
metallic flavor to it. It was. I was like, I'm doing damage to myself.
Like
even-
drinking a transformer.
Yes, or like you're drinking alkaline battery fluid. That's
Yeah.
what it felt like. I was like, this can't be. This is like this can't be good for me.
Not to
at
be
all.
taken internally.
No.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, so we already
Poison. It felt like
love our
taking
lead
poison.
character in the story, David Yates, who I hope is related to Stephen Elton Yates, a longtime fan of this show.
Amazing.
But now enter my new favorite person. Neighbor, Tim Lindley, told Channel 9 the illegal strip club didn't bother him.
Because he went to it.
Wait for it. And he's even been to Yates's home. He said it was guys hanging out having a beer. Now watch his quote this is his quote to try and cover his ass.
What's
Quote,
going on? Hey,
this is Tim Lindley.
He came.
TL.
He came outside without a shirt or shoes on.
Right.
Saw the cameras rolling. And I better say.
Talk to me. Come here, talk to me. Come here.
TV guy!
Come here.
Get on the TV!
Talk
I
to
got
me.
something to say about it.
Honey, they're out here.
I got it. I'm talking to him.
Talk to me, guys. Tim Lindley.
Sing the whole thing!
Right. This is his quote about
I'll give you some truth.
This is his quote about the time he was in David Yates' house,
I
and
can't
is
wait.
trying to cover his ass. Ready? Quote, I stayed in there maybe 5, maybe 6 minutes, and I left. It's just not for me. It's not my kind of thing.
No. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying for me, a good Christian church-going man.
It's not for me.
I'm just checking it out. Not on the pole. In the
5,
locker.
6 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Remember, this is his full thing, guys. He goes, it's just guys hanging out having a beer. I was there maybe 5, 6 minutes. It's not for me.
I don't like
So
people-
guys just hanging out having a beer is not
Hey,
for you?
that's all that's happened when I was there. I maybe said hello. I picked up a hanger I needed to borrow, and I left.
5, 6 minutes. I can't handle people socializing and having
Couldn't
fun.
handle
That's
people
not
just
for
having
me.
a drink.
That's not for me.
Yates was
I wanted strippers.
I was just there to do quality assurance check on that locker room.
right.
They're in good order.
Yeah.
Yates was charged with selling alcoholic beverages without obtaining a license. Is that wrong?
Yeah,
from
it
the
is
North
wrong.
Carolina
I'm the bad guy.
Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission. These locations attract individuals who buy and sell illegal controlled substances, weapons, and violence, and puts a strain on local law enforcement. Meredith Schoaf, S-H-O-A-F.
The Schoaf.
North Carolina Law Enforcement Assistant Special Agent in charge said this was part of their initiative.
Meredith Schoaf has never gotten the joke.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, there
No.
are people who are constantly being like, you don't see what's funny about this Far Side cartoon? And Meredith Schoaf is like, no, I don't
Meredith
get
Schoaf
it.
is
I
like,
don't
if
get
you
it.
guys are done screwing around, we got to get back
Let's
to work.
get back to work.
That duck can't be a sheriff. What are you That's impossible.
He's a duck. Anyway, let's
I
go
don't know
on.
why you guys read that Kathy cartoon. She's never happy.
Nobody sweats that much.
Show me the money.
This is part of their initiative, which partners with local law enforcement to shut down these types of locations and improve the quality of life within a community.
So he got shut down. He's not arrested, but they
just shut him
Shut
down.
it down?
Shut him down.
They
Old Dave
fined
Yates.
him.
Dave Yates is just hanging out with TL, Tim Lindley.
Look at what we learned.
Tom Lindley, whatever his name is. That's story 3, guys.
There you go.
That's,
That's
the
the
show.
show. There it is. The show. Weird Al Yankovic.
Let's get a malt.
Here's what I want.
Let's
Let's
get
go
a
get a
malt.
malt. Let's
just
go
go
to
to-
Yates' house. So again, the tour, so people can get tickets, so they can hear go see Strings Attached. This
A chance to hear
By the way,
all
this is
of your
Weird Al Yankovic classics. Reinterpreted with a full orchestra. In
The way
every
God
city.
intended.
The way God intended, with the weight and gravitas that
Yes.
these songs deserve.
Absolutely.
What is going to be in your brain the song that you feel like, I can't believe we're elevating this
With
for
these
you
strings.
with these strings?
We're doing Dare to Be Stupid with strings. It's going to be a big one.
Oh my God. Dare to be Go out and see it. And again, you get all the tickets at
WeirdAl.com.
WeirdAl.com.
Let's sell them out. Shop.
These are going to sell out. So
Yeah,
get
they're
on
going to
it
sell
now.
out, but I'm telling you right now, get on it. And you always have an open invite in Dumb People Town. Thank you for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us.
Thanks for having
And, oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.